Welcome and thank you for watching and listening to this inundated podcast in the world. If you don't know what that word is, Google it. Yeah, this podcast is a podcast of We're Alive Descendants, only We're Alive Descendants. If you haven't listened to We're Alive Descendants, episode 7,
chapter 7.
So are you asking or thinking?
That's right, chapter 7.
I'm not sure which.
Story 2.
Yes.
We're doing story 2. Go back and listen to it first. We're gonna be here. Just listen to that because this episode's full of spoilers. Anyway, my name is AJ.
Ace.
Wakka.
Welcome. Thank you so much again for being here. We are ready to talk about this. Bury the past. for the first time I remembered the title.
The first time in like how many?
Oh, dude,
how many
have
times
no
have we
idea,
filmed?
dude.
Because every single time it's been episode.
That's chapter 7.
Chapter 7, story 2 of 2. Bury the past. The title alone, right? And I don't know if you guys noticed. You probably guys do. In every episode, they will mention the title. You know what I mean? Not in every episode, but in every chapter.
Yep.
Either story 1, 2, or 3. But in that chapter, they will mention the title. In Bury the Past, it was Boar talking to Bert towards the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
When she said that you get buried. And he gave me an idea of Scratch and everything.
I'm waiting for that to come out.
Connecting and things like that. But anyway, yeah, we're going to talk about that. You all ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm so ready.
Dude,
right?
We're ready for this. A said, by the way, that this is going to be the shortest episode of the podcast. I have no idea because there's so many information in this podcast. Way too much.
Huh? Okay.
There's just so
many.
little jumping around and bouncing back and forth and all that stuff. Everything is pretty much a hard set thing. I feel like a lot of our episodes in general have been talking about what's happening, kind of describing in our own way what's happening with like a little bit of flavoring of this is what I think is going to happen and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But this one, I feel like it's like, okay, this is everything. This is the story. There's not a lot of interpretation to it yet because everything is kind of concluding with a lot of what's been building.
Yep, that's true.
Getting ready for whatever's coming next. So a lot of it's just very laid out. And so I feel like most of this episode is going to end up really just being predictions.
Yeah.
As
right.
past talking about like this is exactly what happened.
That's right. And there's not a lot of actions in this episode, but still there's so many information. Before we begin, I want to mention one of our listener, and he's very active on the group, and he loves We're Alive as much as we do. His name, I'm gonna butcher your name. I am so sorry. Right ahead. DeHaventon, Vince Wilson, right? He's one of the moderator in the Facebook group. If you guys don't know it yet, we have a Facebook group on Facebook. Basically, it's We're Alive. So here's what he said. I don't know if you guys read this yet, but he said another great show, guys, about the crows. Back when A Story of Survival was in production, a forum member noticed that whenever crows could be heard in the background, Scratch appears. Others thought the crows meant danger was about to appear. After that, I swear Casey was trolling the fans by sticking crows throughout the story, which he could do. Like, he would do that. Throughout the story to signify something ominous is about to happen. Later, when Casey mentioned that Scratch's last name is Amsel, he pointed out that Amsel means black bird.
Okay.
Like a crow.
Okay, I like that.
Dude, that was crazy.
I wish I would have been more active in the forums with that, especially because it was around college and I was like a lot like obviously that's when I got into story survival, and I had a friend that was very into it, and he seems like the kind of person that was probably really into the forums. He just didn't tell me about it.
Right.
Oh, wow. Just because I know like he's probably still super active into all this stuff. I haven't talked to the guy in years, but like he's probably still super caught up with everything.
Dude, that was crazy when he said, I'm like, And then I started listening to the episode now, and it's like, oh man, I thought I could pay attention to shows and movies. I was wrong. There's so many information.
Do you know how hard it is to pay attention to all that stuff after what Casey showed us with the one thing? He's like, let me scroll out. Let me scroll out.
Yeah.
One sec, we're almost there. Let me scroll out so we can see all the freaking lines, all the sounds.
It was a lot. It was
crazy.
And it was for like a 20-second clip.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember. Oh,
It's ridiculous.
And he's a genius, man. He's a storyteller. Like Casey really is a storyteller,
Right?
and giving us like
Yeah.
hints. This Descendants, based on what we've been reading and seeing and things like that. This is not just a straightforward story. Like there's a hint. There's some. There's a lot of things in it. There's backstory, hidden stories, and things like that.
Right.
It's like Kingdom Hearts level like story. It's like there's a piece here, then you'll see that piece in about 7 years, and then here's another piece that tied into that piece, and it's like, all right, this is too much.
No,
Start turning
seriously.
into conspiracy theorists, just trying to follow the one story.
Right. And this is why you cannot take just one story as face value, because there's a reason for that, and there's gonna be a reason for that.
I'm
for
a
sure.
victim for that. I tend to just take a face value on everything. Until I met that guy over there.
He's talking about me.
Okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah,
I see what you did
He's
there.
like, Dean, she means me. Okay, let's talk about this chapter.
Right.
All right, what do you guys think? I'm gonna start with you guys.
Okay, let's start off with Bor disagreeing to what Mira requests.
Straight up just said no.
No.
So, I'm sorry, I can't. And like, she doesn't care. She wants her show to go on.
Yeah, I'll mention it more toward the end of this conversation, but from the first words of this episode, she's already saying that she's no longer a member of the family,
Right.
and she's a member of her family.
And the family doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
like he
exactly.
clearly said, she clearly said that.
Yeah, she's saying it's dead, it's over, it's part of the old world, basically. Without saying those words, but she's basically said that's old world, I am new world. And because she still has a lot of her, like from what we've seen, a lot of the mannerisms of the family, a lot of that loyalty, it just seems like it has all changed direction to where now she's no longer a side member of the family, and she's like, I am
The main.
now the head of the family.
Yeah, because Mira warned her. She said, "I don't.
Right?
The reason why you're hiding this because you know the family's not gonna agree with all the things that you're doing."
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like in shock of her confidence. I was like, wow, how confident is she not to be afraid of the family? I'm like, is the family not a big thing? Because I thought they were like a big deal.
They're a big, it seems like they're like a big underworld kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the most terrifying big things.
I would be freaked out. I mean, after what we learned in lockdown, what Oliver can do,
But
I
yeah,
wouldn't want to mess with them.
that's the thing though. It's like she knows that the family themselves won't do anything too far past against her, as long as she doesn't do anything against them, like breaking their rules.
Yeah.
As well as she probably at this point thinks, because of what she knows of the family, because of what she's done in her new family with all the animals, I feel like she thinks that she could rival or she's better than them because of
Yeah.
what she has built.
Yeah. Dude.
And
For real.
don't get me wrong, like that's crazy that she's built this.
I agree.
But it makes me also think that, like, where would Scratch and where would the Maulers be?
Yeah.
If they ran back into the family, because they kind of tried to do things the same way, just to lesser success and lesser
Right.
scale.
Yeah.
So it's like, if Jeremy would have run into the Maulers, do you think that would have been a big thing? And I'm kind of like, I'm kind of mentioning the end of the episode with what they found. Like,
I don't know, because Darai was really hardcore, like in sync with what the family does. Until he
but
died.
Durai, according to Scratch, like, here's the thing though, and we can talk about this. Or we should talk about this. Picture the Maulers as Scratch the leader, not Durai.
which it would have gotten to that point no matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at it, because they were like, when their fight broke out, it was waiting for anything. It was waiting for the littlest thing to make that happen. Yes, it was a major event that did make it happen, but they were both waiting for something to snap because
right. But I don't think
for so long Scratch was doing her own thing.
Yeah.
And Durai was trying to lead this group and stuff like that. And yes, I think Durai like definitely overlooked some or looked over on some of the like slave labor that they did, but it really seemed like that was Scratch's bread and butter. Like, no, she's like, this is
because the reason why I mentioned that is that going back to Story of Survival, Scratch literally told Durai, you had this awesome idea to stay in the mall, and we know what happened there. You know what I mean? Like they rotted. Like I think Scratch, and we wouldn't know, this is one of the what ifs. I feel like Scratch would have brought them somewhere else and build, like, call out the family and build their own kingdom there and make their own prim, you know.
Yeah, I can 100% see that.
Yeah.
She was a lot more of a she was a lot more power hungry than Durai was a lot more of the kind of mob boss kind of style, as to where she is like, I'm going to make everyone afraid of me. Right. And fear is power, not respect. Respect doesn't matter. Fear is power.
Because Durai's priority, I feel like, is surviving. But
it's survival and respect.
Yeah. And Scratch is like, no, dominating. Like, I'm going to dominate and build a kingdom out of this. You know?
All right, I see where it's coming.
Yeah. So you guys were talking about Boar, and it reminded me of what Mira said. So none of these family matters. Your family matters now. Would she say your animal ranch or your
animal pack?
Your
Bro,
animal pack.
I giggled, but I was hoping she'd say your little zoo.
I know. I was waiting for that.
I was like, oh, animal pack. You should have said zoo.
She's like, don't make them sound cool. Insult them.
Yeah, but she's not Bert.
I know. If it was Bert.
Oh, bro.
Bert will say that.
Bert would have called it a playpen, a petting zoo. Like, he would have gone through them.
Oh man, I'm waiting to say something later on because he has a mouth, bro.
Dude, I was waiting for.
Filter, do you?
I was waiting for Bert to say, "You are so wild."
Okay.
Like, because he would say that.
But that would show a level of respect from him, and he's not going to show that.
You are wild.
You got so much disrespect for them right now.
No, all of these ideas you have, you're a wild boar. Like, he would definitely go there.
So, I giggles on the whole zoo. I really wish she said zoo. But, after that whole thing, I'm just, starstruck, or maybe it's just me, again, taking it at face value, and maybe Mira knew that she was going to say no. What did Mira expect it to happen if she's going to walk away? It's like, okay, we had this nice conversation. Okay, I'm going to just walk away. What did she think was not going to happen?
And you're right, because I was thinking about the same things. Like, how would you plan that out? Everybody's watching the videos, right? And you don't want to rig the whole thing because you built this empire that you basically bet on people and this whole Hunger Games kind of theme. Yes, you can shut off the electricity, shut off the camera and pull them out, but it's going to be...
I mean, a very easy way for it to happen is all of them could have disappeared by the morning. Somehow they could all be missing in the morning.
Yeah, but wouldn't the camera be on still? It's like... The whole thing is running 24 hours.
Maybe, but people are only really paying attention during the day because they even mentioned it is so hard to see at night.
I don't know, man.
Like,
it's like
they literally could have sent a couple people in, got them out, done. Like there are ways it could have happened. I'm like I can see why you could convince somebody, yeah, it's impossible, everybody's watching, we need to keep the peace, but like, it's like, if you wanted to do it, if you had your complete loyalties to the family, you could do it, at least for the one.
Now go ahead, Wakka, before I move on.
Oh no, it's just that I had expected Mira to be, she planned this out. She had A, B, C, D, E, all the way to Z. If the alphabet doesn't work, she'll go to the infinite numbers, going plan 1, 2, whatever. But right after plan A didn't work,
putting it together,
she just zipped out. She leaves the guys high and dry, left them in the dust, grabs Riley, and Riley asks, so what's next? It's like, I'm thinking this. I'm
still figuring it out.
Exactly.
I'm still putting it together.
Wait. You just went head on without thinking what's next?
Is this not the most angel response we've heard the entire show so far, though?
Yeah.
Because he's like, what are we supposed to do now? Hell if I know.
Yeah, but I think it's like what A said. She has so much trust put on the family, that she already like have a feeling that the leader of this is a part of the family, that whatever I say, and as long as I say about the family and I'm part of it, she will do it. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Okay.
She really was kind of hoping for the perfect world, and I think her only plan past that was I need to get out, and she's like, I can get out. It was probably harder than she expected because it was probably a little bit more intense than she expected. But I really do think she went in there thinking that she was going to walk out.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
She's going to walk out and, you know, everything will be played out the way it is and take out just Vera, because she just wanted Vera out of that.
Yeah,
out of
like
that game.
she didn't care about the other people. If she got the others, cool. But her whole thing is like, I'm getting Vera. Like that's her task.
Yeah.
Her task is Vera. So
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
still, Mira was up here. Now she went down here. I was like, she didn't even have Plan B ready yet.
She did.
Yeah.
Ran.
run.
Okay. So
I mean, she got out like a pro, dude. She got out like a Jackie
did.
Chan special.
She
did.
just did. She did.
I know I'm gonna jump a little bit forward when, like, you can tell when Riley said, "Did you just?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know a lot of moves."
Yeah, I got some moves.
For real.
Yeah, I got
For real.
I told you, she came out like a Jackie Chan special, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But so in that scene, going back, so she dips, and then here's that highlighted scene of me saying, "Man, Bert got a mouth." So she leaves. She tried to pulls out his gun, and then
Yeah.
Walrus, you know,
say,
knocks.
don't move, don't pull,
Yeah.
don't draw your weapons. Screw this.
His it's just that his instant reply, I can't remember what they were. I can't remember the after he got kicked out, but then he said, "Whoever got his gun, now
He
I
knows
know."
who to gut.
Yes, I'm like, bro, he coming out with.
He's always being like that, though.
Dude,
I know,
the
but
moment it comes to Shirley, dude, he takes like 7 levels off.
Yeah,
for
like,
real.
No, because he even said that be careful. He told Warriors or might be Boar. He said that he referenced Scratch. Like you should have seen what happened to the last person who messed up my gun. Yeah, so he's always been like that.
Yeah,
You know?
he was the last person who touched it, not messed
Yeah.
it up. Who the last person who touched it or
That's
took it
right.
from him or something like that.
That's right.
So
From there, dude, he got turned into like the VIP.
Yeah.
for real, for real.
His like complete just OG status.
Right.
First off, the boar, I swear she's just hitting on him at this point.
I agree. That's
Dude,
me. I'm with
she's
you.
just hitting on him at this
Bro.
point, and I am
Yeah.
loving every second of it. This 80-year-old dude just getting hit on by the boar.
You know, I actually thought part of me, because we're attached to story survival and how these people are the main characters, part of me was disappointed that Bert didn't win against Walrus, and then it hit me. It's like, this dude is 80. There's
Yes,
no way
exactly.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
win
an old
against
man
now.
Walrus.
For real.
Like, if
You
this
know what I mean?
was like beginning of story survival, he might have still had the quick
yeah.
draw.
Oh, yeah.
But
for
he
real.
slowed down, and I
Yeah.
love that they actually because they 100. Casey could have 100% not had him draw his weapon, and he just got caught.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that's it. But it made so much more sense. One, he got cold cocked. He got knocked to the ground.
Yeah.
Mouth was bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wipe the blood off his face. Now I got nothing to spit at you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
dude
Yeah.
went full thug.
Yeah.
It's like he's
Freaking
like, I'm gonna take
commando.
everybody with everything.
Dude.
You know, I mean, right now, the current Bert, the Descendant, I picture him as Grand Kai, the older, the taller, with this deep voice, because he's, he has this wizard
You
beard.
got the
Bro, that's how I picture him, but him getting knocked down, I was like, in my head, it's like, come on, Bert. Why do you think you still got the action? You're old, man. But I guess if you want to go down, you're going to go down with
retired.
style. I get it.
That's
I get
what
it.
I mean, because the truth is, if you're gonna die, might as well fight. You know what I mean? Like,
Might
if
as well
you're
go
not
out
gonna
like a
die.
freaking legend.
I
Exactly.
agree. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
All right.
So hold on, before we move to that, I'm gonna go back to I just noticed this, how the relationship between Bert, Victor and Kelly,
Yeah.
how they like stop themselves in order, you know, like Bert will say something and then Kelly will stop him, right? And then Victor will say something and then Bert will stop him, and then Kelly will say something and then Victor will stop her. Like, Kelly, Bert. It's like their relationship is just revolving around that, trying to stop each other.
that little triangle relationship they got going on right now.
And Kelly said, "I'm not going if Bert is not going." It's
Bert's like, we're good.
Oh, that was
Do you think they're really gonna saw him out? Because she said that, because you know how she said Kelly said, I don't want to go without Bert.
Yeah.
And it says, we do have a saw or something like that
in the basement.
Yeah,
Cell.
a cell. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
They have a cell in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so just because they said the boss said put him in one of the VIP rooms
Okay.
or luxury suites or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, that makes more sense
Whatever it
because for
was.
some reason in my head, I thought she said saw. Like, you want to cut him in half?
No, cell.
That makes more sense.
Because she was saying, if you guys don't want the luxury treatment, I'll throw you in the dungeon.
Yeah.
I'll throw you in the grime.
So to jump back on your thought about Boar hitting on Bert, in my head I was like, you know what? I'm thinking of Boar now as some hot MILF or some hot actress. That's how I picture her
The
now.
dude is not Gloria, bro. She's old. This is not.
You know who I picture
This
her
is
as?
not MILF anymore. It's
No.
like growth. Like
You know what
grandma.
I picture? You know what I picture her as?
Yeah.
I picture her as Courtney Cox. You know, the older Courtney Cox.
Okay.
Like, okay, she's
Really?
old. That's what I picture her as. Yeah. I mean, at first I thought Dolly Parton. I was like, oh no, she's way, But Courtney Cox, I can imagine her as Courtney Cox or someone similar to that. I mean, that's how I picture her now. Before I thought her some.
I think she's older than that. I feel like she has like white hairs, like
Well, I mean, if you think,
You think
about
so?
it, Courtney
Yeah.
Cox.
Courtney
like
Cox is
like
old.
up there too.
No, I'm talking about like a little bit younger Grandma Coco.
Younger.
You
But
know,
I think
you know
thinner, though.
Grandma
Okay.
Coco from Coco.
Yes.
Yeah, like a little younger than that. But that, like hunchback and can't really move that fast.
No, I can't
like,
picture
like,
that.
like she's
No.
I
oh,
can't
bro,
see
bro.
that side of
I
it.
can't.
Dude, this is what I can picture her. I can picture her as older Anna from Overwatch. Like that
Older.
kind
Anna?
of
That I can see
Dude,
more.
right?
That I could see more.
Who's Anna again?
Anna.
Sni-
the healer?
healing sniper.
Oh.
The darts. The darts.
The darts.
The sleeping darts.
Okay, bro.
Bro, right? Come on, bro.
She even said, trank them. Don't shoot them.
Yes, that's right. Dude, just like an older Anna.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
See,
I'm agree with
that I
Anna.
could see a lot
Yes.
more.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
That's right. That's right.
She's straight hitting on Bert. I kid you not.
Yeah, well, like, and there are two directions I see it. She might literally be just trying to flatter him, give him a VIP treatment,
Yeah.
flatter him to get information.
Yep.
Right.
But she could actually be doing kind of both.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm leaning towards the both because I think she is like trying to lure, but then I think she is also genuinely curious. Like, what are these stories? Who are you?
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
me something about yourself.
Right. Right.
Okay, I'll wait till we get to that.
I think something about Scratch is going to come out
Oh, I agree.
while they are there. I think something with Scratch is going to come out.
Yes.
Can we talk about
Yes.
it
And
now
I feel
or
like
wait after?
I feel like Scratch is going to be somehow related to her more directly. Like it might be same family.
I believe he might slip because remember the last time I know we're jumping a scene, but remember the last time he drank, things went south.
Well, he is refusing. Like, I mean, think about it. It's been how many years since he drank now?
Since that last event.
Yeah, it's been since season 1 of Story of Survival.
But then
He hasn't touched a drink since.
But he gave in. Her hot MILF sweet talk to Bert gave in later on though. But we can talk about that.
He
later.
didn't.
Not really.
He didn't give in. He
He's giving those very
Like,
short answers still.
Yeah, and he's like hopeless because now they're talking about Alex dying. Like he
Exactly.
he thought they died.
They're still at the situation on hand. They're not.
Yeah.
They haven't.
and it's not like
roamed.
it's not
scenario
party.
yet.
It's like not the July 4th of July party kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like a more of a one of the important person that I know died. So let's drink for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
don't see him doing that, especially because his last memory of him having alcohol in his system was that kind of situation
Yep.
of
Yeah.
losing a kid.
Yep. And that's why
Yep.
he said, "I'm not
Yep.
gonna drink anymore."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why like I think that's just gonna reinforce that I'm not touching nothing.
Right. Which you mentioned that it's a huge callback. Like these two events, these two things that he said and did, reflects on the first season of Story Survival when he drank, right? When he drank,
Yeah.
and when he said, "You know what? F this."
Yep,
When he
yep,
dipped
yep,
out.
Yep.
And it's both callback that first season of Story Survival. It was great.
Bruh. I really think Bert's gonna slip because that's what I expect. Him slipping.
I don't think so. I think he's too careful, and based on what he experienced with Scratch losing a finger and things like that, I don't think he's gonna slip.
Yeah, and he does still have that like very intense loyalty to Shirley.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think anything's gonna make that waver.
Yeah. As awkward that scene was, Scratch breaking the gun.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
It was
yeah,
so
but,
awkward.
Yeah, but that makes it like that much more true. Like
Yeah.
I think because of all the stuff like that's happened, I don't see anything going with there.
So to rewind back, because that comes after the whole conversation with Bor and Bert. So one of my things, so this is Mira running, going back to the scene, Mira running. So Mira runs, make it down to the ground floor where Riley is. Bro, I think Riley found a new addiction. She probably good.
She
with,
about to go from alcohol to gambling.
yeah, for real. Because when I know it could be just for the whole story's sake. Mira meets up and here's Riley's like, yeah, jackpot.
Well, I mean I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. I think it's like it's a hive because you're just winning. Like she's seeing.
True.
Like
True.
here's the thing. Like if you and me are playing rock paper scissors for a quarter a game, and I win 7 in a row. Dude, I'm gonna be on a freaking high. Like, does that mean I'm gonna go try playing
Okay,
everybody
fair
in
enough.
rock paper scissors for a quarter? No, but it just means like, yo, I am winning. I am getting money, dude. I am on top of the world. Bring it on.
Okay, I get that, but I'm just only assuming that it could be a new addiction because when Mira was trying to pull her out, I was like, wait, let me grab all my chips.
Well, yeah, I mean, because she won. She's like, this is my money now. Like, give me my money.
All right.
She's not. She wasn't like trying to be like, no, I have to play. She's saying, let me take my money. Like, she also doesn't see the urgency.
Okay.
She might think that, Mira's just like, hey, they're leaving. Like, we got to go catch up. And it's not that, but she might be thinking along that way. Because why would you think, oh no, everybody's captured. It's just us. We gotta go.
I have a theory, or not a theory, but maybe like a funny opinion about Riley being good in gambling, because the way she gambles is the way she used her archery weapon. She like the long range and the higher risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That flex on her.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, and that
can
could
see
be
that.
could be why she's freaking out so much,
Yeah.
because that's gonna make one small win a real big one.
Yep.
Real big payout.
Yeah.
So he grabs her, she grabs her, then runs out to the back door. Okay. I don't know how many times I heard this guy's voice sounding like not Durai. The guy from Lockdown, the talkative guy, the black dude. I can imagine, where he stops Mira and Riley. I feel like he's a black dude. And he sounds like the guy from Lockdown from the earlier episodes. Who was telling the story, talking to everybody in the cell.
Yeah, he was like one of the first ones to die or whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah, because he was he the one that that ended up getting in the fight with the cop or whatever.
I think so.
Think so. Yeah, he's the one who got in the fight with the cop. That the dude tried to stab the cop.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was the guy that was like trying to take control of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the names of these animals.
Ooh, yes. Sorry, I just have some.
You were excited.
Every time
you should start, man.
I know. Every time we say a topic, he giggles like, "Oh yeah."
Hey! I can't help myself being excited. I mean, not that.
Okay,
Just
then you start.
go ahead and launch it off.
So where she comes out, She comes out.
Do you
with,
want the camera here? I'll give you the camera.
I don't want the camera. I want us to be in it. But anyway, so we're going back to the scene, the animal pack, and this is where she calls out her guys. It's like, go after her. So she calls out Jackal and Turtle. In my head, what would happen if she happened to call she ran out of animals like chimpanzee, or what's the other one? Chihuahua. Chihuahua, go get him.
Hey, Chihuahua.
And then I guarantee in my head, I'm like, she will call black guy dog or some gangster. Hey, what up, dog?
No,
come on,
the
dog.
real question is, how does she determine the animal names? You know what
I am curious about that.
You know?
Is it some kind of physical trait?
Right?
Is it a skill set?
Yeah.
Like Jackal, it could be some skinnier, fast guy.
Right.
Turtle, it could be a little bit more of a husky guy. It could be
Okay.
Right. And if that
somebody
physical
who has
trait,
kind of a bodyguard.
and if that
Okay.
physical trait changed or got removed or things like that, do you change name? You know what I mean?
If it's turtle for a man, turtle. If he gets bigger, just call him tortoise. Maybe. Turtle to
Well,
tortoise.
turtles can get really big too.
Fast little guys too.
So, if it were to determine a name, what name would have if she were to give, what's her name? Nicole.
Nakoma.
A name. What would it
Dude,
be?
it would have to be some kind of cat name.
Yeah.
Is it cat?
I mean, that's what I would think because, like,
well, neko is cat in
Yeah.
Japanese.
it's because it is cat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why my mind just went to. I mean,
Yeah,
Ah.
Nekoma.
she's not Japanese at all, but
Yeah. Remember Haikyuu, Nekoma, the team?
yes, I
The
do.
volleyball team? Yeah.
Yes,
Nekoma.
I do.
Oh, okay.
My
'Cause in my-
favorite crew.
Yeah, that's right.
In my head, because thinking if she's Indian, it could have been a wolf or
A little sparrow.
a deer, maybe.
It could have been a lot of things.
It could have.
Sparrow.
Because, like,
Because they're
just
very
in
into animal spirits.
yeah, I was gonna say just because I mean the number of animal spirits between eagles, falcons,
or frogs.
wolves,
Frogs.
frogs,
Frogs.
specifically toads.
Yeah.
Like there's like a lot of ways I could go with that,
Porcu-
but just because of her name, I would think of some
Cat.
kind of feline or her skill set. I would think of some kind of like porcupine, some kind of frog,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
stuff like that. Because the frog, I mean, literally, I believe she said that the toxins from her darts are from
From the-
frogs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so the frogs or porcupine because she deals with needles,
Yep.
blow darts, stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean,
But I like
I
the
don't
cat.
think-
I really like the cat.
I do too.
'cause- Yeah.
I mean, Neko just sounds like that. Just, I mean, it fits her name,
Yeah.
and so
How about mountain chicken?
Yeah.
Chicken.
Let's go.
Quack.
Let's go to callback. Mountain chicken. It's TikTok. It's TikTok. It's the referencing TikTok.
of course you are.
Yeah, he's referencing. He watched so much TikTok.
Yeah, that's sad. I'm sorry. So yeah, I do watch.
Here, and I
'cause
probably watch the least TikTok.
what I do to fix my issues with watching TikTok, I put on a limiter because they have that option on TikTok. It tells me you're on too long. Okay, I'm off.
You just turn it off and then go back in.
No, it just tells me to stop for the day.
So the animal packs, it's really interesting how she went with animals. It's like
Right.
with like going away from the whole family. Like she is trying. I feel like I don't know if she's really doing it. Trying to stay away from the whole family thing as a person now to animals. You know?
I think she's trying to replicate it because
Well, yeah, she's trying to replicate it, but staying away from the whole family as humanhood or personhood to animals. But the best part about it is she didn't just name her subordinates as animals. She named herself as one of the animals.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, and I thought it was very interesting, like what she's gone with so far, because a lot of the ones that you're hearing about are very much like Australian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
base
Yeah.
a lot because a lot of them they're very desert dwelling Australian like,
Yeah. And they're not
I'm
like
waiting for
the
the
common
kangaroo.
ones. You know what I mean? They're not like the common ones.
Yeah.
Like the jackal and turtle, and it's not
Right.
like a bad A names that you would think it would be like lions and tigers and
Oh my.
or
So far,
eagle. You know what I mean?
walrus is a bad A name.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm talking about like it's not the common thing
yeah
that you would
it's
hear.
it's
to
not
movies.
like the apex predator names.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Okay,
not like
fair,
the big like I am the king here kind of names. They're very much like it's in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. But Boar, you didn't start that
And-
whole thing though. I mean, you copied it from Michael with the whole bird.
Toucan.
Yeah, toucan. Yeah,
I remember.
You're not the original anime.
And then
animal namings.
Yeah, like she's really like, but everything that she said really, Turtle's kind of the least from what I've heard, but from all the names that I can think of right now, they're all pack names.
Yeah.
She's not picking any animals that are very lone, that are very on their own. I know there aren't too many animals in general that are just like all for themselves, but I mean, like, if you think like spiders and like stuff like that, like even like a lot of the smaller animals, they are very lone species, but what she's going with, they're all pack animals.
I can see it. Yeah, the names that I remember now is walrus, seal, and then the two that we know now,
jackal, turtle.
Yep, and then there's boar.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is very much going in the way of pack.
What will be your name, Ace?
Mine? I don't know.
You don't know? What would you want to be? The Tramp.
That's my dog. Well, actually, my dog's Lady.
Yeah, your dog's Lady.
Oh man.
Wakka's definitely Panda.
Okay, I can work with that.
Actually, that fits very well though.
I can work with that.
With your personality and everything, dude. I don't know why. I just see you like one day being really tired and just having a pillow and just being like,
yeah, Panda.
Yeah, me and Bo can match. You know, from Kung Fu Panda, me and Bo.
Yeah, and you guys both hate stairs.
Oh, we do hate stairs. Hate
All
it.
right,
Hate
let's
it with
move
a
on.
passion.
What's the next topic?
Okay, so Mira, they dip out. Mira. Yep.
Yeah. So quick, just to round off the two parts real quick, because we've been kind of jumping back and forth between the conversation and the run. So conversation really ends with specifically with Bert. That conversation ends with, you know, it's a lot of sadness, a lot of heartbreak. Not everybody is gonna make it, but then it's really hard to read the situation right now, because along with like the whole flirtation thing that we're kind of getting, it really seems like the boar is being genuine with what she says. It doesn't seem like she's speaking through her teeth at all. It doesn't seem like she's trying to give any misdirections.
Yeah.
She's like, and I'm really sorry that he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, I really wish he would have gone on. Like, stuff like that. And it's like, okay, well, you could say that, one, to just comfort and lie. But I don't think she is. She could be saying it because she's like, well, yeah, I want him to go on so I could make more money. I don't think that's it. I think she genuinely does not want people to die, but she knows this is how she can get control and how she can win.
Yeah.
Like the whole situation. I think this is what gives her power, and that's part of why she does it. But I think she genuinely doesn't want like people she doesn't see as bad to die.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's definitely is, because I mean, you could probably think that this is far-fetched, but the reason why, and we're gonna find out about this later on, you know, we're gonna talk about Dot, but someone could say that the reason why she put Dot in the game is to give her a chance to be free and not be a slave anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah,
I would fully believe that. So we go from that conversation. Bert ends very sad.
Yeah.
Obviously the whole thing with Riley and Mira ended right before this, to where they just got away. That's really where they ended. Nothing. She said she was figuring out the next step.
Yeah, and then that's it.
And then Bert all sad, and it pans over to, well, one more thing I want to say from that.
Okay, go ahead.
That is that it really does seem like the conversation between Shirley is going to happen. I think this is how I think Scratch is going to come up. I think they're going to talk about Shirley. Then I think they're going to talk about Shirley 1. And I think that's going to lead into Shirley 2.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a couple directions that could go.
How did he answer the question, what happened to Shirley 1?
It's a long story.
Oh, it's a long story.
It's a long story.
He says, would you like to hear it?
Oh, actually, I do. I actually want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was saying it kind of sarcastic because he doesn't want to talk about it because, you know, he's captive. But, like, I think over time, I think they're gonna be stuck in there for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And so I think that conversation is gonna be something that happens.
Yeah. I don't think they're in the same family because Scratch is Amsel.
Yeah.
But she's Chisholm.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I
So
did forget that was actually.
Yeah, they're not in the same family, but they're still part of the family. But I feel like, based on what Bor is saying, family to her is nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah,
what
she
if you killed
doesn't
one
It
of the
might
Amsel?
not. It might
You know what
not.
I mean?
But I feel like there's gonna be some connection between
Scratch.
Scratch
and Bor,
or
yeah.
Latch and her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like somewhere in there, I feel like there's gonna be some kind of conflict or bartering piece.
Yeah.
So I feel like
I see.
either the Boar is gonna very much not like them and like what happened because she's detaching herself from the family, or she's still close enough to the family roots where that might create a problem. I don't know which way it's gonna go, but I feel like all that's gonna come up.
Yeah. And that's what Casey's hinting us to, because he's like, oh, we know what happened to Bert and Scratch, and she's part of the family. Like, oh, this is about to happen.
Yeah.
Nope, it didn't.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, anything anyone wants to say about that before we get into the
Okay.
last tag?
So when she told Bert, like, you can view the screen from here, it was the screen shot with Nick and Vincent, right?
Yep.
Yes. I thought Bert might say something about Vince I don't know if the camera shot was shady or he recognizes the voice. Of course, Nick was there. I just thought he might say something or recognize.
I don't know
Vince.
if he will though, because of how much time has passed.
Yeah.
Think about how much your look. Think about how much our looks change over, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Now think about how much more intensely they would change without all the care and natural living that we have now. Whether it's just hair care, face care, like cleanliness care, and then having to rough it, being a nomad going around, like your looks will change drastically.
Oh, I get that. I was just hoping he would just recognize or something.
Yeah.
You were hoping for the father and son.
You're hoping for that confirmation.
I really do. But
He wants the whole Dobby confirmation.
Yeah, right. And also, it's like, if you think about it, we don't really know how clear the camera is and where it's located.
That's
you know
what
what I
I
mean?
thought too.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Boar even said that you can't see much right now.
Yes. Right.
And because they're in a cave, especially.
Right. Yeah.
Fair.
And that might be a Casey thing, like he's telling us, oh, we want this information to be in there, but no, they're in a cave, so you can't really see anything.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
So stuff might come out in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see the next day of things.
Yeah, but that was it for me on that part.
Did you guys answer already why she chose Bert?
I think it was because of his mouth.
I thought she's just fighting the hots for him because the way he kept blurting out like responses after what was said and done, like when the gun was taken or when Wara was hit, he said something before, like, I will gut you or something like that. There was
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's because of his mouth. Because like I think that because of his personality, his no filter, I think she was attracted to that, and she was like, okay, I could be around this. I can hear some stuff from this.
Yeah.
I could spend my time with this, and so that's what led into that.
Right.
Because first thing he says, oh, screw this, reach for the gun, gets knocked down immediately. 80-year-old dude knocked to the ground from some big dude. Okay, that sucks. Can I pick him up? Picks him up.
Yeah.
Clean the blood off his mouth. Now you got nothing to spit at you.
That's
Like,
it. That was it.
Yeah.
yeah, and so she was like, fiery. Like
Yep.
she was like,
Ooh,
all
like
right,
that.
like, ooh,
I
That's
like
it.
this one.
yeah. She was like, oh, spicy. So that conversation ends with exactly talking about Alex and how he didn't make it, and how he's like, this is a very down moment for him.
First of all, Ace, I am so sorry that Alex didn't die. Because that's one of your prediction or you said that you'll be fine if Alex would have died, because there's still a lot of plot in Dot. If there will be person that will die,
yeah, I said I could
Alex.
see if anyone's going to die, it would be him.
it would be
I
Alex.
didn't think he died.
Yeah.
I had no belief that he was dead at all.
Right.
But I was like, he is the only person out of the 6 right now that I could see dying.
Right.
There's too much setup for everybody else. His would be set up for several people.
Right.
But If he lives, obviously that's going to just add into the story. But if he died, it's like this would be the moment in the near future for him to die.
Right.
Low key though, with this episode, I didn't mind if he did. He sounded so annoying. I mean, we're gonna get into it, but man,
I like how his personality is changing though. Like he is very obnoxious and annoying right now.
Yes,
but he is not. He's seeming less hot-headed, and that's why I'm liking it. I'm like, okay, there's gonna be actual character here.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not gonna be just a fiery-haired kid just going off.
And also,
right.
I almost
you're
said
right.
that they could kill him because of this reason, but they could also kill him because of information. You know, the whole information thing and hashtag RIP Hope. Maybe. But he's the only one that can understand Dot. You know what I mean? And that's the whole information is gonna be passed on.
Yeah. So right after talking about Alex, we hear Dot come out of the water,
bro.
Which kind of gave us a little hint that, oh, is Alex dead? Because we have like a few seconds with no Alex. It's just
I
all
think that
Dot.
I was just waiting for him to come up. I was just waiting for him to come up. Because here's the thing: if he's going to die, they're going to make it very clear. It's not going to be he's missing.
Yeah.
They're going to make it very clear. I think the way that I thought if he died, the way he's going to die is he's going to be bit. He's going to come out alive, but bit.
Yeah.
That was, and so like that was going to lead into his death.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was just going to disappear forever.
Yeah, true.
But because it would have been too anticlimactic, too minor for a main character.
Well, like what you said before, like he would come out of the water and bit by one of the the
That's what
water
I was
dogs.
hoping. I was hoping that he was gonna get in.
Why would you hope someone would die, bro?
No, it would have made sense.
Man,
Him getting hurt, after all that blood, after getting killed. I thought
It's because he killed the zombie.
that's
Yeah.
what
It's because
Infected.
that's exactly what. Shut up.
Infected.
Michael.
It's because he killed them though. It's that was my first thought. It's because he killed the what were they called? The sea dog.
The sea dogs.
Yeah, it's because he killed the sea dog.
I expected that he called the sea. He killed the sea dog, but that whole Bert and Saw moment where he shot through the infected.
Yeah.
That's what I thought happened.
Yep.
That's what, like, he shot him, like he was right there, shot him at the leg, but then he shot himself as well.
Got through the foot.
Yeah, that's what I thought happened.
Straight through the foot.
But as you can tell, as we're talking about Alex, he doesn't die. He Dot. What does Dot do?
Dot starts giving him some CPR.
Yeah.
She's panicking because he's not waking up. Immediately gives him CPR, and after a moment, she says his name.
Yes.
That X in Alex is so clear.
Yeah.
Like the whole Ale is a struggle, but the X is distinctive.
And that honestly, okay, this is really weird to think about maybe, but like I thought that the way she said the word made sense. If you look at A, L, E, and X, what of those letters correlate similarly to Dot? Because like there is none of that sound in Dot.
Yeah.
But if you get to the X,
Yeah.
you're still getting that blend. So it goes from being something she's very, very uncomfortable to she's kind of blending it into the Dot.
Yeah. And that's why she didn't struggle saying thou.
Yeah, and that's why the first words she's been able to say has been like out and stuff like that, because she's using the letters that her body is letting her use and her mind's letting her to use.
That's why the X is
it was
very
weird. Like I heard that and I was like
sense.
really like interested me, because I thought that as well. I was like the X was just up.
Yep.
It was very precise.
Yep.
I'm gonna highlight a little bit on a Dot here, bro. When I imagined this whole scenario, I thought, this is how I pictured Dot. Dot is like Smeagol, but super strong. Think about it. She is the one who swam holding him, because he was already passed out, right, when he pulled him out.
So I think he swam most of the way, and at the very end she like grabbed him up because she thought that he came up with her. Like it sounded like she turned, said Dot, and she's like, where'd he go? And then she went back under for him.
But bro, she's strong.
Well,
it
kind of makes sense. Why would she be strong? Because she survived for a long time.
I get that.
And she was a slave for a very long time
especially
too.
that.
See, okay, maybe Smeagol is not the right word, but I picture her as one of. I don't know if y'all seen the movie Mama. Is it Mama? It's a horror movie.
Yes,
but it's these little kids where they like little spiders. I don't know. That's what I picture her as. But strong enough to lift a full-grown man, out of the water. That's what I'm saying. Like she's strong.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
She's strong.
She's
She's
definitely a beast. But I mean, we kind of knew that the moment she took down Alex.
I do. Yeah. It just hit me. It just hit me.
So
and she's also I don't think she's small. I don't think she's short.
Yeah.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
well,
she's about
actually, I do think she's kind of short. She was hiding in a cupboard when we first
Fair.
saw her, when we first met her.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't think she's like that short. I don't think she's like 4 feet or
No.
She's gotta be like a 5'2" or 5'3" kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking like that over
Fair.
5 foot, but still on the lower end.
Yep.
But yeah, I gotta say this. I really get the impression of between these two, I just constantly think about, as of this episode, more and more, I'm thinking of this is literally the Solo and Chewie mix.
Oh, I forgot those two. That's right. Because I keep thinking.
I can't relate.
I keep thinking. I keep
haven't seen
thinking.
any Star Wars.
No Star Wars.
I forgot about that guy.
I'm a Trekkie. I'm just kidding. I haven't seen that either.
You're not a Trekkie either.
I haven't seen that either.
I've seen more of both.
But my whole comparison was Rocket and Groot.
Yeah.
That's my.
that
but
as well.
I completely
Yeah.
forgot Solo and Chewie.
Yeah, because it's like the reason I think of those two, because initially I think I made the relation with you guys of Luke and R2 because those two can understand each other, but I was like, but Alex isn't as good as Luke, like as like commanding or anything like that. He seems more like the guy that's gonna fake his way through a situation. And that's more of a Solo move.
I think
more of a
that's-
Han Solo
That's
kind of
way
play.
more fitting. Solo and Chewie. That's a fitting comparison.
Yeah, because who's the one that comes to bail him out constantly?
Chewie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's super strong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
So they
That's
come
right.
out and
They started talking. Like, dude, so I saw this on Reddit forum. It might be Discord. Someone said, is she speaking Morse code?
So
Like the way she's talking. I don't think she is, but the way she's talking is like that, like the long dots.
she's saying the what is it? The like how many consonants or whatever are in the word? Like, so if there's 3
Dots? Those little dots?
No, not Morse code at all. Syllables. So
Syllables.
syllables. I think she's saying the syllables. So it's like, we need to go. She's saying dot, dot, dot. And like she's saying like more like the words.
Okay, I
they're
can see
just
that.
all being converted.
Yeah.
And when she
then the
holds
tone-
out
and then
a
the tone of the
dot,
voice.
it normally means a longer word and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know where to go? Dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the I don't know.
He was
Right.
starting to understand
Right.
everything she was saying. At this
Dude,
point.
Alex is definitely understanding what she's saying.
I agree.
And yeah, and it really hit it at the end of their conversation. He's like, I don't know why I'm asking you so. Wait,
Exactly.
that's right. And
Yeah,
it's
I
like
know.
it's like
Yeah.
a, like
yeah.
it's that moment you're learning a new language.
Right,
and you're
right.
like,
No, wait.
I don't know.
what?
Someone says like, what you know? I don't know. White.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting to get her. He's starting to
Yeah.
get her.
I'm trying to understand what she's saying too. Like when it's so funny that she responds dot as yes. But she can say or like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think she's realizing that too now because she's starting to do the
Yeah, that's what I heard more
when
here.
she's
That's right.
starting to like
Yeah.
she's trying to give those yeses and nos, but like she'll still say dot
Yeah,
for,
dot.
for some of it
Dot,
for,
dot.
but like her inflection is increasing, and I think it's because she's finally getting more human interaction.
Yeah.
I think between the Valley of the Dead or whatever, the City of the Dead, whatever it was, City of Souls
Yes.
or Valley of Soul, whatever. I think it was City of Souls.
It's one of those.
One of the
City of
plethoras.
Fallen Angels or City of Fallen. So yeah, I think it's that. Yeah.
Yeah, something around that. Between that, we know she wasn't talking to people really. Being a slave, she probably wasn't talking to people much.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Except for
so-
Will.
Oh yeah, he does come in. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's like all this time she wasn't talking to people. Now she suddenly has people that she has to communicate with. So
has to.
yeah. And so walking around, we know it's pitch black. She can kind of see in the dark because of all of her time having to hide out in the dark.
I thought
That was cool.
Yeah, when she's looking in, in my head, she is a descendant of Riddick. If y'all don't know who Riddick is some Vin Diesel movie where he can see through the dark.
And the funny part is Vin Diesel played as Groot.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Now, while they're walking,
It works.
While they're walking, I have no idea why Casey put this in here, but he did.
He had an anime moment.
He had an anime moment.
Yeah.
What did he grab?
That's what I put it right here. Okay.
I'll say, is that really a question? I have no question.
I think he grabbed his butt. I
Nope.
think he
Nope.
grabbed her butt.
Nope.
So there's still rope.
He's not walking around like this.
No, because of the rope. Because I feel like the rope is tied around their waist,
There's still
and
rope.
he trying to grab the rope and grab her butt.
But why would he pull forward on the rope?
Because
He would just be
no,
holding-
because what's I almost said Groot, because Dot is in front of him. You know, like he tried to grab the rope and then grab.
I think he's
Grab her
feeling along the wall while they're
Yeah.
walking. I think the ropes are on them. But I think while they're walking, he's going like this,
Yeah.
and he went.
Don't do that sound again. It peaked. In the audio. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know. I just left it to my imagination. Like
I have zero question. I am 100% in the
Me
belief. You should just hold my hand.
It could be all three of them. Let's be honest.
it could.
Oh.
Dot had a girly moment. Like I don't feel comfortable there.
Yeah, just the shock. Okay, so right after that, they're still walking in the dark. He starts seeing some light that he believes is outside.
Yeah.
Then they come up to a gate.
Yeah.
They can't get through the door because there's a lock. They getting ready to try and like shiv it open. They see the lock. They're like, well, we're screwed. Somebody sneaks up on them.
Yep.
Alex is ready to shoot.
Yep.
And I think he actually goes to fire. And Dot hits the crossbow.
Yep, I think Dot realized who he was.
Yes.
Because at first she was scared too. It's like, oh, someone's coming, and then
Yes.
she's trying to. I feel like she was trying to tell. She was trying to tell Alex, and then she saw him. It's like, oh, it hit the arm.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think she was trying to convey it. I think she was kind of just nervous, like, oh my gosh, someone's coming.
Yeah.
But because she can see better in the dark,
Yep.
she saw him first.
Yep.
And so that gave her the opportunity to be able to swing.
Right. The reaction of Will though is this might be
shot me.
I know this might be an actor kind of thing, but if I almost get shot by a crossbow, I would freak out more than he did. You know what I mean? He's like, oh,
You almost shot me.
Well, I mean, I can see that. I've had people respond to stuff like that with like some serious like close calls. It's just shock. It's the way they internalize shock.
yeah, but this one is death. This is not
But,
like
okay,
this is
remember-
not like the ball. You know.
Will is surrounded by all that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. It happened and it's already done before he can react. So the whole situation's over before he can react.
Yeah, I know,
so it's
man.
like, oh,
I would
you almost
react more
shot
than
me.
that. I'll be like, "Oh, dude, stop! Yo, what? I'm Will."
Yeah, he didn't
You know
see
what I
it.
mean?
It was still pitch black, but of
Yeah.
course Dot came to the rescue.
Yeah.
She saw him through the dark.
They kind of explained that he told her the way out when they went up to go get the map.
Whispered to her.
Yep, and there was some definite flirtation going on there as well.
Yeah, I
They-
thought they're starting to act cute to each other now.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then like even when she said bye, like it was like kind of that sad to leave like kind of situation. What?
Nothing. I was just picturing them looking at each other, and then Dot is like, Dot.
And then Alex is just there like
yeah, I know. This is awkward.
he's just like, I got farther than you.
I know. I got second
Nice.
base, bro. Come on.
Oh man,
Dude, that was good.
that was nice. That was good.
And so, is there anything about that conversation we really want to talk about? Because really, the only thing that happened, it was a stretched out version. This is a very simplified version of the conversation. Is while they were talking, he said the only reason that he only told Dot is because that way, if they were captured and
Yeah.
forced to talk, she couldn't talk.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
right.
he knew he was safe, which made perfect sense. Like it makes sense.
Yes, no, it is.
And so
Are we?
Yeah, I mean,
are we still questioning if Will is a traitor or not? Is there still a hint? Because he did really good in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saving Alex and Dot. Is there still a hint that he might be a traitor?
I'm concluding myself to think that okay, he gone this far to help them out. I'm gonna say Will is good.
I think there's more of a chance for him to be a member of the family.
I thought that
and to
too.
hate everything that's going on more than there is for him to be a traitor.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not betraying them, but he's not on their side. He's
Yeah.
just against the place. I think that's a higher chance than him just being a straight traitor.
Yeah.
He was giving me a Will, a Dean or Angel feel like he doesn't, like you just said, doesn't like the place, but like part of the family kind of thing.
Yeah. So he could be like related to the boar directly, and that's why he's there. But then he also knows the family's rules and stuff like that, and that's why he's like he kind of has his side picked.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I might be stuck here, but this is basically just my assignment now and my task right now, and I'm
Right.
as soon as I can get done with this, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know what I was wondering? I was like, why didn't Will get an animal name? But knowing how stuttery or panicky he is, I guarantee that someone asked, so what's your name? He just freaked out. I was like, Will, what's my animal name?
No, I don't think. No, because we had this conversation before.
Yeah, it's because he's technically one of the slaves.
Yes,
Oh,
he's not.
that's
He's
right.
not a position yet.
That's right.
He's technically just a slave, but he's like the best treated slave out of all of them.
I do remember
along
that
with
conversation.
Alvin.
Yeah,
But I only thought that way because I was, in line with what A said, that he may be related to the family. So I thought,
Yeah, but because of how the boar thinks, it almost makes me think this more. Because of how the boar thinks, and she's like, the family doesn't mean anything here.
yeah,
The family just means that we were connected in the past, and so I will treat you like somebody I once knew, and that's it.
and then they got out of Prim, like literally got out of Prim.
Yep.
And Alex is even amazed how the stretch of the
How
whole
it's so much
area-
farther than he
Right.
expected.
It's crazy, and that's when they witness the whole slavery that's going on, getting whipped and things like that, and that's when we like, oh, this might be an opportunity for Dot to get away, like Borg gave her an opportunity to be someone else rather than just a slave.
Yeah, so it's just right back to what we talked to toward the beginning.
Yeah.
And kind of we touched through it throughout the entire thing. I mean, this would explain why Dot is a little bit more physically strong, why she might be a little bit more athletic overall, depending on the tasks that she's had to do.
Yeah.
And then it's her way out. Like maybe like some of the slaves, maybe it's just like she found. Maybe the board found out who Dot was through some means or another, maybe like just some other person.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so this is who you are, so now your story is gonna make us
Make more money.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna use your story, and you're gonna get an opportunity to be
Yeah.
free from being a slave.
Now, this is my last question. These probably we're going to end it unless you guys have any other things. You
I
wanna
say
talk
no.
about. Okay.
I'm good.
Where do you guys think Alex and Dot gonna go?
I think they're gonna run into Mira and
And Riley? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think they're gonna plan to? Because my initial thought is they're gonna go back to Westport, but I don't see any like they're gonna plan to go there. By when I say plan, is of course they're gonna try to find a vehicle to go there
Yeah.
because they can't walk. That will take
Yeah,
days and
it's
days to
far.
get there, and they will die. But
Yeah.
they will plan to go to Westport, and that's when they're gonna run into.
yeah, that's my thought too.
To Riley and,
either
Mira.
they're like either the thought is going to be like, all right, well, we just need to get to Westport so that way we can do this, and then
Yeah.
or they're
Yeah.
going to talk it through, and be like, no, we have to get back in there somehow.
Right,
I don't
right.
think they'll go that route, but I mean, Alex could say that.
Yeah, like
because
save
as
the
much
rest of his gang.
yeah, as much as
Yeah.
they're like a whole frenemy situation, like he does care about Alex.
Yeah.
And
Nick.
Nick. I'm sorry. Alex cares about Nick. And so like they are like they're kind of like that frenemy thing.
Yeah.
So he could do that. I think they're going to try and get help, but
Yeah.
they're going to try and look for help, and then they're going to end up connecting with the other two, and then they're going to go back in and try and help through those two.
That's right.
Whether it's I mean, they might even try using the caves that they just found.
And we had the infamous infamous statement from Alex, we're gonna burn this thing, this place down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he literally said that when they're entering Prim. You know what I mean? Like, he mentioned, like, we're gonna burn this place down, or we're gonna do something with this, or why don't we release all the infected and, you know, cause harm. But he said it again. He said, we're gonna burn this place down. That was so powerful. It's like,
this time.
Yeah.
It's literally like, so far it's the same kind of implication that Bert had.
Yeah.
Of I'm going to bury you.
Yep.
Like, it's that whole thing.
Yep. Oh man, it's gonna be great. We cannot wait for the next episode. Again, want to say thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this podcast, please tell your friends. No, especially the friends that listen to We're Alive Descendants, because if they're not, this does not make any sense to them. But we'll see you guys again in the next episode. Bye.